Уже завтра у нас состоится наш 9-й ужин из проекта сезона Michelin. Сантьяго Фернандес у нас в гостях, и я собрала этих прекрасных мужчин для того, чтобы мы сделали интервью. Надеюсь, оно получится интересно. Я представляю Андрей Матвеев, ресторатор, шеф-повар, отмеченный Michelin. 2 звезды, отмечены 2 звездами Michelin. Ну и наш несомненный ведущий наших ужинов Эдуард Берин. Так что все, начинаем.
Какой процент рентабельности японского ресторана?
Ours was around 8%.
8%.
8%. So it's a very small percentage because the margins are always very tight. Very high food costs, very high labor costs, very high rent, very high everything. So
Тогда следующий вопрос, чтобы все понимали, много это или мало. Какая процентная ставка по кредиту?
that's also kind of hard if you're not Japanese. So for foreigners, it's almost impossible. So it's only good if you're like a young Japanese guy. They are good giving credits, like bank wise, but like also if you everything in Japan is measured by age. So if you're getting a little bit older, it's very hard to get more credit. So it's like it's only if you're a young Japanese person.
How many percent?
I don't really know because I never ask. So
Okay.
I never had the chance.
Какой фудкост у тебя был на кухне?
Food cost. In the kitchen, it was around 30 to 32%. So super high. Yeah, it's the best products in the world, but they also have a very high price.
А какая зарплата у поваров в массе? Если не секрет. Хорошо, в Токио.
Well, salary-wise, it depends, but average is like a 200,000 yen. That is like 1,500 euros.
Сантьяго, 15 лет ты путешествовал, набирался опыта кулинарного. Где ты был за эти 15 лет?
I'm going now to Mexico City. So that's the plan. It's a place that I think it will receive very well my new concept and my new restaurant. So I think it's a perfect place to open something what I want to do.
No, where you been 15 years?
15 years. Before I was
Which country?
San Sebastian in Spain. I was studied and lived in Spain for 4 years. Then in Peru for 6 years, and also now in Japan for 4 more years. And traveling a little bit around the world right now. So I'm now in Europe, and I was traveling in North America as well. So yeah, it's been many good years outside of my country, but now I think it's good time to go back to Latin America.
Что-то говорит на английском языке, что скитался все эти 15 лет для того, чтобы посетить наш миллионный город Воронеж.
А мы рады принимать Сантьяго в Воронеже.
Сколько гостей за вечер приходило в Васе?
20 guests per day. 20 guests only, and we arrive only for dinner. We do so only one service, 20 people, and we were 9 people in the kitchen, and we have to arrive 8:30 to finish everything. So imagine how many hours we have to work just for 20 guests. You know, it's like a lot of hours per guest.
About your team, how many people you take with you?
For this event, 2 people that actually they're coming from Oluca, so they're Russian product. So they're really helping me a lot. But in Japan, usually I had nine people in the restaurant. So it's of course I can do more stuff. But here with 2 people, we're doing a very good job.
2 people with you and 7 people.
7 people that
5
tomorrow.
here.
Yeah, tomorrow the people from El Chico is gonna join the team, and they will help
What
us.
about the 7 people?
Well, I have to see tomorrow. I haven't worked with them, but they look really nice and they're being really helpful in the kitchen, and they have a very nice attitude. So I'm sure that it will go all right.
Нельзя раньше времени обсуждать поваров, иначе все пойдет не
Я
так.
просто спросить уже, попробовали, была ли репетиция там?
Есть ли что-то общее, вот что ты сразу увидел между Венесуэлой, Россией, Токио?
I think the passion for food, you know, like all these places are known for being gastronomic cities, no, gastronomic capitals of the world. Tokyo, Lima, San Sebastian, and Mexico City. All of them, where I live, they were gastronomic capitals of the world. So the people is very passionate about food, and they travel and they spend their money eating out. So I think that's what we have in common in all these places, and that's why I want to work in places like this. That's why Venezuela still is not a place that I'm willing to move, because the people still don't understand very much this philosophy of like spending money and going out for eating at this level, you know. So that's a common thing.
А можешь нам пообещать в своем новом ресторане сделать какое-нибудь блюдо а-ля Воронеж?
Well, maybe a little bit of influence from the museum from yesterday, of course. I think that could really help. I really like the puppets, you know, like this culture of theater. and I saw the aesthetic of the puppets. They were like kind of dark and kind of sad, but in the same time very beautiful. No, so I think this is something that I might apply in the future.
Расскажи, как тебе Воронеж, как тебе воронежский рынок и воронежские продукты? Удалось ли что-то из продуктов воронежских попробовать?
Well, I visited the central market. It was very surprising. It's like I didn't expect to get like such a beautiful market in this city. In the beginning, I thought Voronezh was very very small, but it's actually a big city with a lot of culture and a lot of beautiful buildings. So I was very surprised, and the products that I found in the market, they were really really nice. Amazing cheese, very good meat, the fruits, the vegetables. Of course, we're in summer, so it's a good moment to come. But yeah, very surprised, and I think it's gonna go very well in the dinner as well.
Почему не открыл в Японии свой ресторан?
Japan, it wasn't my decision. It was something that like kind of arrived to me, an opportunity, because my previous chef Virgilio, he offered for me to open this restaurant for him. So that's why Japan come. And also, I think every chef should work in Japan at least once in their life. I think it's a place where you learn a lot and you see the best ingredients and you work with the best ingredients. So for me, it was very good, but I think it's good to have like a short time. No, like I did 4 years in Japan, and I think it's perfect timing.
Где ты планируешь получать свою третью звезду Мишлен, 3 звезды? В Мехико или Венесуэле?
I think Mexico will be a nice place. It's my next project, and they just arrived to Mexico, the Michelin. Shamefully, in Venezuela, there's no Michelin, and in Peru, there's no Michelin. So in Mexico, I think it will be a very good place to start. And there's no 3 stars restaurant in Mexico yet. So I think it's a good objective to have in the future.
Желаем тебе стать первым рестораном в Мексике с 3 звездами.
Да так оно и будет, все мы вангуем.
Почему ты возвращаешься в Латинскую Америку, а не остаешься в Японии?
I prefer to go to Latin America because I think at some point after traveling so much and working in so many countries, your background always calls you back, no? So I feel it's a good moment for me to go back to Latin America and also to give back to my region and cook with my products and cook with my culture. So I think it's necessary for me at this stage of my life. I already traveled for 15 years, so right now I think it's a good time to go back.
А какая зарплата у поваров в массе? Если не секрет. Хорошо, в Токио.
Well, salary-wise, it depends, but average is like a 200,000 yen. That is like 1,500 euros. 1,500 euros.
You know borscht, okroshka,
Yes.
kvass.
Yes.
Could you?
Can you cook it?
Well, borscht, I think
Test it.
I've done it in cooking school before, like when we were cooking international dishes. So I think yes. I don't know if it's gonna be a good one, but like I know. And then I tried for the first time today okroshka.
Yeah.
Super nice. I love it with the
Okroshka, white kvass or
white
Black.
kvass. Yeah, the white kvass.
Black.
I like that one better than the kefir one. Like super nice, acidic. For me, it reminds me a little bit like my mom's side is Lebanese, so it reminds me to like Lebanese tabbouleh.
Yeah.
So it has like a kind of, but sparkling. So it was very nice. Yeah,
Okay.
very fresh.
Ну, а борщ мы завтра попробуем, надеюсь.
Так, друзья, вы поняли, он за окрошку на белом квасе. Я вот.
И борщ будет завтра.
И обязательно с картошкой по-воронежски, да, размерно воронежски. У нас завтра ужин. Расскажи, пожалуйста, чем ты будешь удивлять наших гостей, что ты завтра будешь готовить?
I wanted to bring something about a little bit everywhere I work. I think because I'm getting out of Japan, I wanted to bring some Japanese flavors and some Japanese ingredients. We're using the otoro, we're using some sauces and techniques from Japan, like the shawamushi. But also, I wanted to use some Russian ingredients. No? So we're using this cheese from Voronezh in one of the desserts that is really nice. Also, we're using like the red caviar, the shrimps from here, and also some seafood from here that I think is also very good. And also some flavors from Venezuela and from Latin America, no? Some Peruvian flavors in some case, and also some Venezuelan inspiration in the dessert. So you're gonna see a little bit of everything. It's a little like my path around these years. And because now I'm in a moment of like a transition, I wanted to do this like kind of a stop and try to analyze what I've been doing this all my whole career, no? So that's what I'm trying to show tomorrow to the Voronezh people.
How many courses we're waiting tomorrow?
So six courses. I think it's gonna be a very intense dinner. with a lot of flavor. So I prefer to make it a little bit short, but like very strong.
So difficult, so you need more time, no?
Yeah, well, 2 days. I think we came with a good amount of time, and I came with a very good team. So 2 days is good, and tomorrow we just come and prepare a nice dinner for everybody. Yeah,
Working quickly.
we're working really hard.
Я обратил внимание, что ты не женат, ну, судя по тому, что у тебя нет кольца. И при этом ты путешествовал 15 лет. Мужчины поймут. Где, на твой взгляд, самые красивые и лучшие девушки? Go.
Girl, well, actually, every place has very good things, but for sure, Venezuela is very famous for the most beautiful woman in the world, and I think that's true. So Venezuela for sure, and also the personality of the Venezuelan girls are really nice. But shamefully, I've been working a lot and traveling a lot all my life, so never had the chance to keep something stable, no? And I think it's easier for me now that I'm like moving a lot to continue with my career. And that's why I think my career was so fast, because I didn't have to think about family or girlfriend or... So I think it's good to move fast.
Your hometown is big, it's Caracas. So
Caracas is very big, yeah. It's like a capital of Venezuela, so it's...
You grew up at Caracas?
I grew up in Caracas, yeah, until I was like 16. So 17, they have now like 7 million people in Caracas. So it's a big city with a lot of energy. So yeah, it was very interesting to live in a city like that. A little bit dangerous when I was growing up. So I didn't have a regular childhood. I didn't walk on the street. I couldn't go out with my friends. But it was an interesting childhood. Yeah.
У тебя в семье еще есть, кто там работали в ресторанах, поварах?
My brother is now also restaurant owner. He didn't study any about cooking or anything, but he felt this passion like me after like recently, 2 years ago. So with him is that I'm opening these restaurants in Venezuela, and I think it's because we grew up eating in good restaurants with my family, and I think he always saw that I was very passionate, and even though he pretended that he was not looking, I think he was learning from me. So now he's a very good restaurant owner. He's very careful with the details, and he's very careful with the guests. So I think it's something that maybe he absorbed from me and from the childhood. Yeah.
И следующий вопрос у меня. Правда, что в Токио люди так много работают, что могут даже умереть на рабочем месте?
На кухне.
Yeah, I mean, there's stories in the past about like people dying in the kitchen because of overwork. It's a common, and already kitchens are places where we already work a lot. So it's very normal in Japan to work 15 to 16 hours a day. I did also in Mas, is because it's a very passionate restaurant. So in the way, like if we wanted to do things really well, we needed time. Maybe not 16 hours, but we work 14 hours every day. So and we work 6 days a week. So it's kind of normal, but you have to find young people that they have a lot of energy to work this. No, I'm 30 years old, so that's why for me it's possible. But I don't see myself doing this when I'm 40, you know? So I think it's only if you're young, it's possible to do.
You look very young.
Well, over there in Japan, they say I look very old. So it's like everybody over there, they look very young. So it's like opposite.
If you want old, then that's me.
В Японии, в Токио, самое большое сосредоточение ресторанов со звездами Мишлен. Наверное, даже больше, чем в Лондоне и в Париже. Скажи, пожалуйста, как работать в такой конкуренции? Легче или сложнее?
Definitely, you have to stand out. No, like there are so many options, and actually, they're doing, for me, the best restaurants in the world are in Japan, and you really need to do something different in order for people to go visit. You know, so and we're the only fine dining Latin American restaurant in the city. That's why. And also we were doing very creative food. So that's how people start to know about Mas. And we stand out like because of our very crazy presentations. Sometimes we're using interesting colors that they usually don't see in Japan in the food, like blue colors or sometimes greens and pinks and purple. So for them was very impressive. So I think visually, we catch the attention, and also flavor-wise, it was very different from what they're used to. That's the only way. If you try to make French food in Japan, you're not gonna survive. You know, it's very hard, the market.
Что круче для повара? Получить номер 1 в мире или 2 звезды Мишлен?
For me, it depends on what restaurant you have. If your restaurant is a little more classic, of course, Michelin is like more important to have 3 stars or 2 stars. But I think for my style, 50 best is a list that maybe give a lot of recognition to different restaurants. So that's also very interesting for me. I like both. I like the combination of both. So it's 3 stars on best restaurant in the world. I think it could be a combination that I like to do in the future, no?
Я всегда говорю, что талантливый шеф-повар, он еще и художник. Вот расскажи, пожалуйста, о твоей связи с артом, с искусством, как ты вдохновляешься и что делает твои блюда вкусными и интересными и незабываемыми.
Well, I think it's very related, no, art and gastronomy, and for me, it's a source of inspiration, no. So when I go to a museum, I like to see like the aesthetics of the artist, and then I kind of absorb this for my dishes, no. So when some people have a quality to do this, some people don't. I think for me, it's very easy to absorb these ideas and then try to do something similar in the dishes, and that's why I try that my dishes are always very aesthetic. And I think that's a differentiator from other chefs.
Что-то уже от российской культуры успел впитать? Там, знаешь ли, не знаю, историю революции, Ленина, что-то такое?
I knew a little bit. Of course, Venezuela has a lot of this influence politically. So, of course, I knew a little bit about Russia. And, of course, I heard many things. And one of my best friends lives in Moscow. So, of course, I always get information from him. But to be honest, I'm learning more in this trip. No, yesterday we went to the museum and we went to visit the city, and I learned a lot about how the city was built and how historically Voronezh and other cities were important for the country and for the Soviet Union. So for me, it's I think I'm learning a lot in this new trip.
It's your first time in Russia? No?
Second time, but the first time I didn't see almost anything. I didn't even visit the Red Square. I was working in Oluco, like opening the restaurant with Nicanor, so now I have time to visit a little more.
Your English is so good and you speak so quickly. How?
I don't understand.
I don't know. When and where are you studying?
I learned. Well, in Venezuela, actually, we have a very good education when we are young. And because we're so close to the United States, English is always something that we learn when we're kids. So I learned in the school in Venezuela, and I think you can see almost everywhere in even public schools and private schools, you can see that they teach English. So I think the level is very high.
I learned at school too, but so big.
Difference. No, it's fine.
Если тебе предложат выбрать между арепа и суши, что ты выберешь?
To be honest, even though I'm very Venezuelan, I think I prefer sushi every day of the week. I love arepas, but arepa, I grew up with this. For me, sushi is something special that is for special occasions, so I prefer sushi every day. Yeah.
Сантьяго, побывав в стольких странах и ведя там предпринимательскую деятельность и работая супершефом, в какой стране самая высокая рентабельность ресторанного бизнеса?
Well, Venezuela, I think, is the best place to make a restaurant. Right now, I own 2 places in Venezuela, and it's very good business-wise. Like because the labor cost is not very high, the food cost is also not very high, and if you are intelligent and you make something creative, you can charge more money. So the profit is really high. So it's an investment is very low. So business-wise, Venezuela is the best place to open a restaurant, and that's why we're opening 2 more in this upcoming year. So at the end, 4 restaurants in 2 years. I don't think you can open in anywhere in the world, and in Venezuela that's possible. So I recommend to a lot of people that want to invest, come to Venezuela, and it's a very good place for opportunities.
И когда у меня встречный вопрос...
Мы едем с тобой.
А почему ты уехал из Венесуэлы? Почему ты решил путешествовать, а не остался? Там и экономика классная, и страна твоя родная.
In that moment, I left Venezuela because of the economical situation. In like maybe 15 years ago, it wasn't as good as it is now. And also, it wasn't the most safe place. No, it's true that a lot of like economical and political situation made the country not very good for a young guy. So that's why I left. But now opportunities are getting brighter, and like we are seeing more space to make business and for gastronomy to grow. So I think it's a good moment to go back to Venezuela.
А ты же работал в Централе, когда они заняли первое место в мире?
Yeah, I was just that year I was just moving from Peru to Japan, but I went for the ceremony to receive the award because I was part of the process. So it was a very nice moment. It was a good moment to make a closure of my central time, and going to Japan, it was a very good moment. And after that year is that we received the 2 Michelin stars. So it was a year with a lot of awards. Japan is the seafood, the best seafood in the world. For example, uni, no, like the sea urchin is amazing. Also, a lot coming from Russia, so I think it's that one is a little bit shared. Russia, for example, now that we're here, also very good seafood from Sajalin, no, like so scallops, for example, very good scallops. I love them. And in Peru, we have the best potatoes, no, so many different varieties of potatoes, more than 7,000. Oyuco as well is one of the potatoes,
Potato
correct?
from Peru.
Exactly. So many good roots and potatoes. Then, if I have to say Mexico have very good avocados and very good chili peppers. No, the chili peppers are amazing, and they have so much diversity. And corn. Corn is very good. And from Venezuela, I will have to say the fruits. The fruits are very good. My favorite fruit is called guanábana, and guanábana is one of. And also tomorrow we're gonna try the guava. The guava from Venezuela, for me, is the best guava that I try in the world. So I will say Venezuelan fruits is the best. So every country has their own particular thing. But I think that's a nice part, no? That you get to a new place and adapt and use the best ingredients from each place.
Спасибо, это было очень
Thank you so
интересно.
much.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. It's a pleasure for me.